The Oklahoma teacher walkout continues. Students are offered free breakfast and lunch, and Tulsa teachers march at the Capitol. This is OU Nightly. For a third straight day, a rallying cry at the state capitol from Oklahoma's teachers. Welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Shereen Hashem.
And I'm Matt Marks. We begin tonight with word that the teacher walkout is going to last at least the rest of this week.
And from the results of a poll released just this afternoon, Oklahomans are supporting that. The Oklahoma Education Association, which is the group leading the way in the walkout, released poll results that show 68% of Oklahomans support the teacher walkout as of today. Also indicated in the poll, 61% of those polled have a negative view on the Oklahoma legislator as of this week. OU Nightly continues as our team has coverage of the walkout. Reagan Ledbetter at the Capitol has more.
I'm here supporting my mom. She works her butt off every day, and I believe she deserves more.
It's day 3 of the Oklahoma teacher walkout at the state capitol. Teachers continue to voice their displeasure with funding for Oklahoma education, with larger crowds, louder chants, "We're not leaving!" and a swarm of students. Teachers and parents have packed the Capitol since Monday, and now students have come in large numbers to support their teachers and their education. Kelsey Ely, a junior at Norman North, has been here all 3 days, and her mom is also a teacher.
It's about funding for teacher pay raises, but it's also about the students. I've had chemistry labs cut because we haven't had the funding to purchase chemicals.
While students at many schools across the state have had the week off, it has not kept them away from the long hours here, supporting their very own teachers and family members.
I think it's really exciting that they came to support their teachers. Like some teachers are parents here, and their kids came to support them because they want them to have a good future for their,
I think it's good because then the legislators, they get to see that they need to support the kids' future.
Lawmakers adjourned after 12 seconds yesterday and pushed today's House floor meeting back to 3, the time the buses are supposed to leave. After hours of chants, teachers have made it clear they are not leaving.
We have a lot of stamina as teachers. We teach 7 to 8 hours a day, and we have a lot of endurance, and we are not giving up. So our message to them as they're backing up the day and trying to push us on out, tell us to go home, we're not going home. We're here to stay, and we're not leaving.
And that was Reagan Ledbetter reporting. And just moments ago, the Norman Public Schools announced its schools are closed Thursday and Friday.
We also know Edmond Public Schools are closed the rest of the week. Tulsa schools are closed through Thursday. In all, 42 schools have announced that they're closed later this week. That number may grow as the evening goes on.
The third day of the teacher walkout also featured a student-led protest outside of the Capitol. OU Nightly's Sam Brown has more on the rally.
This morning, the south side of the Capitol was jam-packed as thousands of students and teachers rallied together in protest of education funding. Most of the people in attendance stuck around for almost 4.5 hours and had several resources to keep them there, including food trucks, pizza available to the public, and even free Uber rides around the OKC area. OEA President Alicia Priest also came to the stage and spoke, and had some guest speakers with her who all had some choice words in support of the teachers.
Walk until you are heard. Walk until the legislators do the right thing in funding our schools.
The message from the protest was very simple. The teachers want more. Despite House Bill 1010XX being passed last week, they say it's more than just about their pay raises.
We're doing this for them, that when they get to high school, we want books in their hands that they can actually learn from, and not stuff that's happened 20 years ago that they're calling current in the history books. And we should have those. Oklahoma's a great state. We just need to put that into our education.
It is clear that this issue is a long ways away from being resolved, but one thing's for certain, and that is that teachers will keep coming back day after day until it is. Sam Brown, OU Nightly.
Students here in Norman have multiple places to go to get both breakfast and lunch during the teachers' walkout. OU Nightly's Mandy Lee has more.
I know a lot of concern leading up to this teachers' walkout was about the students who rely on both breakfast and lunch, and how the state of Oklahoma was going to supply those students with the resources they need. Norman Public Schools have been serving food this week while school is out. A total of 98 breakfasts and 302 lunches were served on Monday. There are 19 sites offering food during the walkout for any school-age student, including elementary schools, middle schools, and both Norman and Norman North high schools. Lunch is being offered at each location from 11 to 1 during the week. All of the locations listed on OU Nightly's website will continue to serve students with both breakfast and lunch throughout this entire walkout. Reporting from Kennedy Elementary School, Mandy Lee, OU Nightly.
Norman Public Schools are encouraging any student in need of food to stop by one of the locations during the designated time. For more information on the participating locations, check out the OU Nightly website at ounightly.com.
Volunteers are not only serving kids during the walkout, many are taking it upon themselves to help teachers. This morning at the Capitol, one woman walked the grounds handing out free Starbucks coffee to teachers she says is not affiliated with a group. She just wanted to help find a way to show her support.
This morning it was cold and windy, and I just thought of all these teachers out here struggling, so I called a couple different Starbucks in my area and asked if they'd be willing to donate, and ended up with almost 10 gallons of coffee to bring out for you guys.
Lines outside the Capitol were at least 90 minutes long for those wanting to get inside. That's because the Capitol was full.
Tulsa teachers have begun a 110-mile march to urge the state lawmakers to increase funding. More than 100 people set out from Webster High School in Tulsa today to start up a 7-day journey to the state capitol. The march is estimated to last through April 10th and will include stops at Webster, Stroud, and Wilson High School along the way.
Now, that's going to be pretty chilly walking out there today,
I know.
right?
It's April. It's weird.
It's crazy, right? Well, Caroline Brown's got more with weather.
That's right, Mark. You are completely on the spot. If you look outside, it has been very cold all day. Currently, we're looking at the bridge near the duck pond. Now, it's been being restored for about a month now. It got damaged with some high water last year. If you take a look outside, currently in Norman, it's going to keep cooling down this evening. We're going to be dropping to 46 by midnight, lower 40s when you're waking up tomorrow morning. Coming up, I'm going to have your walkout forecast, chances for severe weather, and some wintry mix. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Caroline. And today, President Donald Trump pushed back on market fears of a trade war. Taitum Wilson has more in News Center.
That's right. Today, President Trump tried to settle down economic anxieties concerning tariffs recently announced by China and the U.S. Trump tweeted, "We are not in a trade war with China," and later tweeted, "When you're already $500 billion down, you can't lose." Trump's comments come after his administration yesterday published a list of 1,300 Chinese exports that it intends to target with 25% tariffs. China responded today with its own Ministry of Commerce announcing plans to impose 25% tariffs on U.S. exports. Both the U.S. and China's tariffs would target exports worth about $50 million annually. And today, Homeland Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen announced President Donald Trump will sign a proclamation to send National Guard troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. For days, President Trump has voiced his frustrations with immigration policy, tweeting about immigration legislation and Congress and what he calls weak border laws. While Nielsen said details were still being worked out on exactly how many will be deployed and the cost, she said troops could be sent to the border as soon as tonight. More details are emerging about the woman who opened fire yesterday at YouTube's headquarters in California. Just 11 hours before Nasim Aghdam shot up YouTube headquarters, injuring 3 and killing herself, police spoke with her. The officers found Aghdam sleeping in her car 30 miles southeast of YouTube headquarters and said they noticed nothing disturbing about her behavior. Police are also investigating Aghdam's motive.
Well, we know that she was upset with YouTube, and we've determined that right now that's the motivation that we've identified. Whether that rises to the level of terrorism, hopefully will be determined in the next couple weeks.
Police are investigating a website that appears to show Agdam disgruntled about YouTube restricting her videos. And Matt, today marks 50 years since the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. A commemorative ceremony is being held on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, where he was killed.
Thanks, Taitum. And still ahead on OU Nightly, an Oklahoma man threatens a place of worship.
An Oklahoma City man was arrested and charged with threatening to bomb a mosque in OKC. Members of the Greater Islamic Society of Oklahoma City say Larry Hornsby went in just before prayer time and said he wanted to bomb the building and shoot everyone inside. Imam Inchasi says situations like this are scary but expected for them.
Scary in the sense that somebody in this atmosphere would come inside the mosque and do that. And expected in the sense that Islamophobia it's on all-time high.
Larry Hornsby's bond has been set at $20,000.
The National Weather Service took to Twitter today to start their new safety initiative. The hashtag #SafePlaceSelfie flooded Twitter today to get people thinking about where they should take shelter during severe weather. The goal is to take a selfie in your severe weather safe place and tweet it with the hashtag #SafePlaceSelfie.
So our emergency preparedness Twitter account decided to chime in on that, but I think the whole initiative is a great reminder that it's so important, whether at home or on campus, to always know your nearest available refuge area. And at OU, we post all of those online so where students and faculty and staff and visitors can know where they can take refuge if there's a severe weather situation.
To see the full list of severe weather refuge areas on campus, go to ou.edu/emergency preparedness.
And Abby Green is on track with a discovery footprints in Scotland. Abby?
Future generations of elephants will be safe for years to come as Britain plans to enforce a new ivory ban. The prohibition will be one of the world's toughest bans on ivory and will have tighter legislation for ivory items. The proposal is the latest in the effort against the ivory trade, and the UK claims its ban will be stronger than the previous bans around the world. Violation of the new ban could result in 5 years in prison. In response to the recent oil spill off the Southeast Asian coast, Indonesian authorities have issued a state of emergency. The incident has resulted in 4 deaths already and is continuing to spread, causing economic and environmental damage. The spill immediately affected the shoreline as well as marine life, which could cause health problems in the future. The region is no stranger to oil spills, though. They have had several in the past, but the source of this spill has not been determined. And Scotland is discovering more about the Jurassic period one step at a time. Rare prehistoric dinosaur footprints were discovered in the UK, giving researchers more insight on the time period. Researchers from the University of Edinburgh and the Chinese Academy of Sciences found 50 new dinosaur footprints, and they were left 170 million years ago. The footprints were found in a lagoon and are believed to have been from 2 dinosaurs.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I think these people are on track for greatness.
Right. Interesting stuff. All right. Thank you, Abby.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, some old stars are shining this week at the Masters.
And Caroline Brown, how's our weekend forecast?
It was a beautiful day, but a big cold front's on the way. More after the break. Hello and welcome back to OU Nightly. Beautiful day outside in Norman, upper 50s. Check out the wind. Currently we're at 14 miles an hour. Earlier today we saw some pretty big gusts though. Guyman got up gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Now they do have an elevated fire risk throughout the rest of the evening. For those students and teachers heading out to the Capitol to march, there is going to be beautiful weather tomorrow. We're going to be in the upper 60s. We might even hit 70. It'll be a little bit windy, but at least those temperatures are going to be nice and warm. For Friday, we do have a chance for severe weather with a big cold front that's going to be coming through Oklahoma. The biggest threat is going to be large hail and damaging wind. Here's the timing for the cold front. It's going to begin sweeping through Friday morning. Now, most of the rain is going to be behind it, but we can see rain ahead of it. We're going to see big bands in the afternoon with a chance for large hail and damaging winds. Now, Friday evening, Saturday morning, we're going to see a wintry precip chance you see across Oklahoma right here because our temperatures are going to be below freezing behind that front. Saturday, the high is going to be in the 40s, so a very cold weekend. But for tomorrow, it's going to be warm and mild, pretty windy, and then as we go into the evening, that cold front is going to start to make its way and affect us with that chance for severe weather on Friday. The good news is for the upcoming week, though, we've got a warming pattern, so it'll be very nice.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. Me too.
All right, well, thanks, Caroline.
Thank you. The Sooners baseball team hit the road last night. And Shiloh, how's the team looking this year?
Well, Shereen, they are looking good. Their road play is looking good. At least it did last night against Oral Roberts. And softball senior Paige Parker was named with a big honor. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome back. Last night, Sooner baseball knocked backs with Oral Roberts and won 5-2. By the top of the third, both teams were tied up 2-2, but it didn't stay that way for long. Senior second baseman Kyle Mendenhall heated the Sooners up for the win, singling out the left side for an RBI. Then a big triple for number one himself, Kyler Murray, rocketed out to center for 2 runs. The boys are looking good on the road. Let's hope they can keep it, moving down to Fort Worth for a series against the Horned Frogs. And a storm is brewing in Ames, bringing OU softball back home for their series against the Cyclones. The first pitch will be noon on Sunday, and the series will round out on Monday. The Sooners are currently riding a 22-game winning streak as they head into this weekend. And helping make that happen is senior pitcher Paige Parker. Parker was recognized last night as the Collegiate National Player of the Week for the 3rd time in her career. After sweeping up Baylor last weekend, Parker has pitched 38 consecutive scoreless innings and has a .3 ERA to lead the nation. And Wednesday of Masters Week means the traditional Par 3 tournament at Augusta National. No player has ever won the Par 3 contest and gone on to win the tournament. 68-year-old Tom Watson turned back the clock and took today's shootout at 6 under par. But the golf world is still buzzing about yesterday's shocking practice partners. For the first time anyone could remember, Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods put their longtime public feud to the side and played together on a Tuesday. As both hope to win some more majors in their 40s, it seems they've started a mutual admiration society. And the Brewers and Cardinals made MLB history last night. Dexter Fowler and Tom Pham began the game with back-to-back home runs, and Kristen Yelich and Ryan Braun ended the game with consecutive homers for the first time in MLB history. But the Brewers took the big one against the Birds in a close one, 5-4.
Isn't that something special right there? To start the game and end the game with back-to-back.
Exactly.
It's pretty awesome.
And that home run won the game for him.
There you go. Thanks, Shiloh. Still to come on OU Nightly, one high schooler's dream became a reality. Stay with us.
I'm Caitlin Howard at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The estate of Terrence Crutcher has filed a second wrongful death lawsuit in Tulsa County District Court against the city of Tulsa. Crutcher was shot and killed by former police officer Betty Shelby in September 2016. His estate already has a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city and Chief Chuck Jordan. Shelby was acquitted last May of first-degree manslaughter. That's it for now. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Katelyn. Imagine getting accepted to not 1 or 2, but 20 colleges. For one Texas high schooler, that dream became a reality. Michael Brown from Lamar High School in Houston, Texas, surrounded by family and friends, found out this past week that he got into all 20 schools he applied to. Colleges that include Stanford, Princeton, Yale, and as an even sweeter bonus, he received a scholarship from all of them. When Brown makes his decision on when to go, he plans to pursue a law degree. Now, how cool is that? All 20 schools.
Definitely didn't happen to me.
Right. That's great. Well, Caroline, what's our weather fact today?
Yes. So on this day last year, we actually saw snow in the Panhandle, which is pretty interesting considering we have a chance for some wintry precipitation on Friday evening, which is pretty odd because it's April.
I know. Yeah. I thought it would be nice weather. That's crazy.
You know, I would think at this point for sure, where's the nice weather, you know? So, all right. Well, thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.